Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the heart.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron Beeston on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron?
What up?
Dude, just freaking posted up right now, dude. I'm so posted, it's not even funny, dude. Just had a dank burger. You ever have a midday burger and you go, this is a game changer, dude? You tell yourself, I might want to get in bed right now.
Yeah.
And then you just go, no, I got stuff to do, but that burger was freaking dank, dude. That's what I did, dude. Just overcome the adversity of wanting to take a little snoozer after that, dude. And it's not bad. We got March Madness cruising, dude, watching a little ball, dude, scratching that itch, dude. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, dude, because, you know, you make a bracket with the boys, you talk about it, dude. It's fun. I've watched absolutely zero college basketball. I picked Texas Longhorns to win because I saw a dude wearing the hat walking up my street, and I go, that's a sign from God. They're going to win. And you know what, Aaron? Just as good as any other logic when it comes to that tourney.
Of course.
So, fired up on that, dude. Had some Code Red last night, tea style. Never done that, dude. I took some Code Red, put it in a little kettle, heated it up, and enjoyed it, dude. It was super sick, dude. It was, you know, it was freaking, it was like I was feeling amped, but at the same time, cozy. And that was a nice, how do I say, juxtaposition? How do the French say juxtaposition of dankness, dude? You got to juxtapose dankness how you can. You know what I'm saying? You know? Like when I'm doing heavy lifts at the gym, just taking two 70-pound dumbbells and just spreading my legs as wide as I can and lifting them sumo style and grunting loud. I'm listening to a nice podcast on, you know, the money markets. That's what I'm doing. You juxtaposing dankness, dude. Also, you know, some bros might not know this, dude. And I've got a dank-ass fiance who reminded me of this. And it's Women's History Month. Do we know that March is Women's History Month? And here on History is Dank, I said to myself, we got to cover a dank lady in honor of Women's History Month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fired up to be doing that today. And this, who we're covering today is Hedy Lamarr. Aaron, we were walking out of the pod the other week, you know, giving each other a little what up, dude, see you later, bro, talking a little scheduling, dude, you know. Maybe I would ask Aaron about baseball, trying to relate, you know, just trying to get hugged.
It's tough.
I'm on a big mission in my life to just get one hug from Aaron. If I can, maybe I just got to say the obscure Pujols stat, and he might do that, you know. But we started talking, and he goes, "Dude," I was like, "Yeah, it's Women's History Month." He goes, "I know," and I was like, "What should we cover? You know, maybe this or and that." And he's like, "Dude, you know, Hedy Lamarr was a pretty interesting figure, and he is right." And we're gonna get into one of some of her amazing inventions, and of course her film career. So a very interesting lady, and her legacy, who's finally coming around. And for a while there, it was in trouble. And we'll talk legacy. We'll talk many things that are going to be freaking dank coming up here with Hedy Lamarr's life story. But before we get into that, real quick, got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Babbel. Babbel is an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language in just 15-minute lessons. I love that, dude. I love those short, concise lessons. I love it. The perfect way to learn a new language on the go. It's true, dude. You can do it on your phone. I like to post up at my desk area and do it. It's fun, dude. So I recommend it, dude. And I used to struggle with languages in high school, and now I'm fired up for my lessons. I look forward to them. They're quick, and they're the right amount of challenging. So right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/dank. That's babbel.com/dank for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. All right, dude.
Before we get too into Hedy Lamarr,
Yeah.
I got to know where this burger was from.
Bro, I love that you asked me that.
Yeah, I can't let it slide.
It's equivalent of a verbal hug from me right now, dude. I'm very fired up on that. Also, I'm wearing my I should say Hug Your Bro shirt. Check it out, dude. You're going to be seeing some stuff on the gram regarding that soon. Aaron, have you ever heard of Hi Ho Burger?
No, I have
Okay. Here's the thing. There's a new dank ass like outdoor mall here in SoCal. I would say would you say the majority of our malls are like outdoors in SoCal and LA and stuff? There's a new on Coldwater and like Ventura right there. There's what used to be Brody Stevens, rest in peace. His Starbucks is right over there. He used to post up there. I'd seen him there a few times.
Yeah.
And there's a whole shopping center there, and Hi Ho Burger. It is a Shake Shack style burger. It's sort of like a smash burger. Mm-hmm. It's got like the soft, smaller buns. You can get like I get a double patty, and then it comes with they use Wagyu beef, which I don't know. I can't really taste the difference between a Wagyu beef. I feel like the way I feel after I eat the burger is maybe how the Wagyu has the effect. I don't feel quite as lethargic. I know I did mention I was going to take a nap, but I actually feel pretty legit right now. I feel pretty sick right now, dude.
So wait, Coldwater and Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're facing the 101, so you're facing north.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the left.
It's on your right. So if you're looking at the 101, say you're
the right,
coming down
the
Coldwater.
The Ralph's is right there.
Ralph's is on your right. It's like kitty corner to that. Not kitty corner. It's across the street from that Ralph's. In that little shopping center. There's like a ton of stuff there. It's like a little mini mall. High end. They've got an Air One there, dude. People who freaking,
you sure you're saying Coldwater or not?
Yeah, it's Coldwater. Coldwater Canyon. Yeah, Coldwater Canyon and Ventura. This is new. I didn't even know it was there. First time I ever seen it today.
Because on the left is a Five Guys.
Is that Laurel?
No, that's Coldwater.
So yeah, there might be a Five Guys over there on the left. Because this is like in the mall. So maybe that's like their thinking, but it's Five Guys-esque. Like it's more of a built-out thing. The price range is a little bit more like a Shake Shack or a Five Guys. It's dank, dude. The fries are good. The fries are kind of Five Guys style fries, actually. I would say that. It's the company that owns and operates Sugarfish, which is dank-ass sushi out here. That's who owns Hi Ho. Hi-Ho.
Oh, Hi Ho.
Mm-hmm. Like Hi Ho, off to work we go. What's that? The fucking Seven Dwarfs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we should try it. It's good. I'll bring it in one day. I'll go pick it up. It's a little off the beaten path, but I'll do it.
Studio City location.
Yeah, Studio City.
Coldwater, yeah.
So we're talking Hedy Lamarr here. Okay? Hedwig Eva Keisler is her born name in Vienna. She's born in 1914, dude. In Vienna, Austria. Okay? On November 9th. What up, dude? So she's born into a well-to-do Jewish family.
So it's by the Sportsman's Lodge.
It's right by the Sportsman's Lodge,
Yeah.
which that whole place is getting redone, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I don't remember it.
Sportsman's Lodge, which was like always where I was like, dads just go there to get away from their families.
Yeah.
But also they do host events there.
Yeah.
Like you can get married there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm always interested in that place. Like when I first saw it, I was like, I hope that's a Bass Pro Shop, dude. I just want to go in there, just talk to some experts, touch some gear, get yelled at to not touch the gear. My bad, sorry. Because I don't know how to use it. So
it feels like you got to walk in there with a hat with antlers on it.
That it feels creepy like that.
Yeah.
It's like they're into some ritualistic stuff. You know what I mean? If you see a missing person's poster, I would maybe start your search there.
I meant more like a moose lodge, but okay.
Yeah, moose lodges are weird.
Yeah, they are.
What's going on there? What's going on
but
at
a moose lodge
lodges,
is not
dude?
a Masonic. Like it's not a Masonic.
Yeah, but it's an offshoot, dude.
Yeah, I guess.
I think they're all sort of offshoots of Masons.
It's like dumber Masons.
Yeah, it's like Schmoll Masons.
Yeah.
It's Masons who aren't even Freemasons. It's like there's Freemasons who can actually do the craft of stonework, and then there's like Masons who it's like, cool, I guess you're our boys, and then it's like, okay, then you got Elks, and then moose.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys like antlers, dude. Sick. It's like dudes who want to go to church but don't want church.
Yeah.
It's like, I want church vibes but no church. It's like, all right, dude. Whack, dude. So, Hedy Lamarr, she's living in Vienna, dude. Austria, dude. 1914. Like we mentioned, Jewish family, well off. Her, let's see, I saw this sick ass article. She would take walks with her dad. Her dad would talk to her about the workings of machinery and technology, and her mom was a pianist. So, and you could say she was very much influenced by her parents because she went on to star in many movies, and she also was a very, very smart person. And she had this sort of embattled thing where like beauty, and she said this to herself, was her curse, was her face. She had amazing ideas and could have just straight up been a dank inventor, dude. Seems like in that era, all the dank inventors were coming from Austria and Germany. You know what I'm saying, dude? Yeah. So she freaking is posted up over there, dude. And she'd go on long walks with her dad, discuss the inner workings of different machines, printing press, streetcars, things like that. And these conversations with her father, at the age of 5, she was taking apart and reassembling her music box to understand how the machine operated. Impressive, dude. I couldn't even do that today. I'm not that dexterous, and I would have no idea how to put it back together. So she was introduced to the arts and craft, dude. Sick. Super sick. So she's posted up, dude, and she freaking gets discovered. She gets discovered at 18 years old. She lands a lead role in this Czech movie. She was taking ballet lessons, piano. She was in the arts, and like she said, part of a connected family. Also easy on the eyes, they say. And the Czech movie was a controversial one. She gets a part before that, does a good job. She gets discovered by, I remember the guy's name, doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, what really puts her on the map internationally is this movie, and I've never seen this. Yes, Aaron, thank you very much. Very easy on the eyes right there. Classic, beautiful lady. Space aliens came down, they'd go, for sure. Sorry, told my fiance I wouldn't talk like that. But the aliens would be like, for sure, in whatever language aliens speak. Or they'd look at each other,
They'd be like,
what, telepathically, and just be like,
I would.
Yeah, they go, I would go. I like that. I will go. Thank you. So, I would like her to probe me, is what the aliens would say. She stars in a movie called Ecstasy. She's 18 years old. She's shown nude in this film. This is 1933.
Wow.
And this is the first non-pornographic portrayal of sex in a film, as well as the first on-screen depiction of a female orgasm.
Trailblazer.
Yeah, trailblazing. The Pope is like, nah. Pope denounced it. He's like, I had to watch it 4 times just to make sure I could denounce it. Hitler bans it.
Oh, Hitler, come on now.
Come on. Add that to the list of many things this guy's sucked at.
Dude literally married an actress.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
And dude, he's so hypocritical. And so is Hedy Lamarr's first husband. So this is also considered a great piece of artistic work. It gets worldwide recognition. Also, it's controversial, which is always good. So this comes out 18 years old. She meets her husband, a wealthy 33-year-old Austrian arms dealer. Aaron, let me ask you this question. You think this is a good guy? You ever met, how many arms dealers do you meet going, oh yeah, nice guy? How many death dealers, dude?
Not a lot.
Also,
not a lot.
33 years old. That's literally like almost like me cruising to a high school senior graduation being like, what up?
Yeah.
Like that movie Ecstasy you were in. What up? Do you kids want some ecstasy? Mind if I hang out? That's basically what this arms dealer is doing.
Yeah.
His name is Friedrich Mandl, and
he's literally been driving as long as you've been alive.
exactly. Yeah. Driving lame ass cars too.
Yeah.
Cars aren't even that sick back then, dude.
Nah.
I mean, they're classic and they're nice, but they can't even go that fast. But so this guy, dude, guess who two of his best friends are? You guessed it, Mussolini and Hitler.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Two of his buddies. And there's a war coming up too, and there's a straight up low key arms race going on. So business is good for him. He would have parties. They would discuss their fascist point of views. And here's the thing: Hedy Lamarr's smart, dude. They don't know this. They go, oh yeah, this is your attractive actress. Oh, cute. Keep doing that. Keep underestimating Hedy Lamarr. She's underestimated for her knowledge her entire life. And Mendel would basically, dude, this is hilarious, bro. He basically kept her like prisoner in her own home, like just being like, no, you're my wife. I just want you to be my wife. I come home, we do a missionary. I sell shells. I come home, I tell you stories about selling shells, and then missionary, and then I have nightcap. Good, then go to bed.
Yeah, you're too hot to let out.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. And the worst part is, and she's like famous, and he tried to buy. This is the guy like who he was connected with. He's like a statesman. He tried to buy every copy of the movie Ecstasy, so no one could watch. It's like, no one will jack. If I catch you jacking off to my wife, I will kill you. I will bomb you if you catch you jacking off to my wife. That's my German accent. I don't know. Is that racist? Probably. It's against German, but it's against Nazi Germans,
yeah,
so that's fine.
I think you're all right.
We don't like, come on. If it was a good accent, maybe I could get away with it more. If the talent was there, because the talent's not there, I think I have to put it to rest right now. Actually, I can do it much better, Aaron. So only type of German accent I can do is this sort of wily one. That's like a little bit like I have a secret. Do you know what? Like I have a secret. It's like, oh, I have chocolates that are hidden that only I'm going to enjoy. I have a sweet tooth, but also I'm very fascist and I make all the rules, all the candy. You know, like Nazis invented Twix and they said, two for me, none for you. So Hedy Lamarr's like, fuck this, bro. I want to live in this shit. Like, I'm not even acting right now, dude. My husband's a friggin' schmoll. There's a war coming up. She comes from a Jewish family. Also, this guy's arms dealer is hypocritical, where it's like his best friends all are anti-Semitic. And he's like, oh yeah, my wife, but, right? So she's like, you know what, dude, I'm out. So she takes matters into her own hands. And Aaron, she's got to drug her maid. I think this is a little bit overboard. I don't know why she needs to drug her maid to make her pass out and sleep. I'm like, she could have just like, maybe to protect her, to be honest. Actually, this is probably a good call. She's so smart. Now that I thought about it, I just realized it now.
There you go.
Because if she talked to her maid, then her psycho husband would like have repercussions there. He's a maniac. So if the maid gets drugged, it means she's not in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's smart. So Hedy Lamarr was having her girls back, which we love that in Women's History Month. And she takes her maid's outfit and takes her bicycle and escapes. Back then, here's the thing, bicycle probably kind of pretty fast, actually, mode of transportation, although I imagine the roads are cobblestone and not an enjoyable ride. So she's freaking cruising out on a bicycle, fucking...
in a maid's outfit.
What's that?
In a maid's outfit.
In a maid's outfit. Not easy to pedal like that. You could get that dress caught in the freaking chains. And that's not freaking fun. So she's cruising. She goes to Paris, then moves to London. And, we're jumping ahead in a little bit of time here, but she spends a little time in Paris, acting, whatever. Oh, she also puts on a ton of her jewelry. So, like, this guy's an arms dealer who's got dough, right? And she made some money, and she comes from a wealthy family. So she's, oh, fuck it, I got to take this jewelry, and I got to bounce. So she bounces, dude, goes to Paris, dude, chills, probably does some acting and stuff like that. Probably freaking smokes some cigs, dude, and eats some bread. Has some freaking dank Bordeaux. And then she's like, all right, dude, freaking au revoir to the Parisians, and cruises over to London in 1937. There, and this is vague how this happens, but she manages to arrange a meeting. Well, maybe it's not that vague. She was international star, also pretty easy on the eyes. And studio heads Louis B. Mayer from MGM. Maybe you've heard of it, the lion roar, right? At the beginning of movies, like when you sit in your popcorn, you get stoked when you see that lion roar. The movie's about to start, dude. And then she gets a meeting with this guy, and he's like, all right, yeah, let's do this. He's like, look, you should change your name because, you know, it still is, people are still a little bit not exactly happy, and if we need to rebrand you a little bit here. So this is when she starts going by Hedy Lamarr. He's like, let's do that. So that's a good ass marketing call by him. And then he offers her a 6-month contract at $125 a week. Lamarr goes, I'm worth more than that, dude. Fuck you, dude. Deuces, bro. Then they say she kind of regretted that, but she happens to be boarding, because her plan is to go to the States anyway and act and go to Hollywood. So she's on a fucking boat, because this is the 30s and you wouldn't take planes at this time. You were taking fucking boats, dude. So she's posted up on a boat, same boat that Meyer's on. Mayer, Metro Golden Mayer. Is it It's M-E-Y-E-R. M-A-Y-E-R. So after this cruise, Aaron, she's convinced John Mayer. It's kind of funny that his name, Lewis. It was fucking John Mayer. Louis Mayer.
Louis B.
To sign her to a $500 a week contract for 7 years. So she did a good job negotiating. And here's the thing. What Hedy Lamarr had to go through, the fact that she was 18 and this sex scene, and who knows what happens on this cruise. There was a salacious book that came out about Hedy Lamarr's career and about, I mentioned her legacy and the things that she had to go through. And there was this documentary on Netflix that's good called Bombshell that people should watch. It's interesting. I watched a little bit for research. And it's just about kind of clearing up her legacy after the Me Too era. Because like producers would strong arm actresses like this. Like, look, this guy offers her a terrible contract knowing he's just going to make money. And then who can say or what didn't happen on this cruise ship? But you do know that a better contract came out of it, and she's smart. And you know what I'm saying, dude? And here's the thing, dude. I'm not going to hate. I'm going to say use it if you got it. And then I'm going to say it's just demented that the Hollywood system and a lot of systems put in dudes in power that will, you know, do quid pro quo if that's what happened. I don't know if that's what did. You know, no one will know, you know? So all I'm saying is I'm fired up that Hedy Lamarr had a sick-ass contract and was ready to cruise out and make some dank-ass movies in Hollywood. I mean, she is like the classic Hollywood starlet. Like I always, and that's why I loved when you threw out this name, Aaron, because I know the name Hedy Lamarr, but honestly I was like, I don't really know. I just know that she exists. Like I imagine like her.
Most of us know it from Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, which she actually tried to sue Mel Brooks for that.
Yeah.
I think that they settled out of court.
His name was Hedy.
Yes.
Hedy Lamarr.
Exactly.
The villain.
Which also another joke about, you know, tongue-in-cheek, if you will, joke about Hollywood and what it takes to make it. So it's crazy. They say Walt Disney designed Snow White based on her features.
Yeah,
which is another thing where, and it's a trend in her story of where, you know, she was compensated for her films, but like what she did and what people drew from her, especially when we get into her sick ass inventions, she should have been one of the wealthiest people in the world, dude. Like fucking the intellectual property that she put out, beast, bro.
Yeah.
So she sort of gets typecast as like a glamorous seductress, you know, but that happens. That's Hollywood, baby. You know, she does the movies called like Algiers. I've never seen any of these. Aaron, have you seen the 1938?
No.
Lady of the Tropics, 39. You know, she's starring in Boomtown with Clark Gable, 1940. Come Love With Me with James Stewart. Siegfried Girl with Judy Garland, 1941. White Cargo. Apparently in that one she didn't really have many lines, just kind of on screen. Considered for the lead role in Casablanca, but missed on both, or that one and another thing called Gaslight. So she's a beast, dude. 1944, her MGM contract ends in 45. She starts her own production company, becoming one of the first female producers in Hollywood. Badass. There we go.
Nice.
Taking things into your own hand. Cecil B. DeMille, maybe you heard of her, Cecil B. DeMille, cast her in the ultimate femme fatale role, Delilah, in the film Samson and Delilah. Apparently that was the biggest box office success she ever had.
Yeah.
After that, film career sort of dwindles, you know. Aging stars, Hollywood likes the new hot thing, and that's just how that was. Probably still is, you know, for sure, to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we loved about what's her name's most recent Oscar speech, saying, you know, who's the lady that won for
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh, just saying, ladies, you are not past your prime. And dude, I've seen Michelle Yeoh at my work. Dude, Michelle Yeoh's freaking yoked, bro.
Yeah.
She's fucking in shape, dude.
No martial arts training, though. No
And
formal.
super nice. What'd you say?
No formal martial arts training.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy.
I love that. Just doing shit that looks good on camera.
Yeah.
So badass. So 1958's her last role. Then she kind of goes into retirement. And then this is like where I was mentioning the tabloids take over. She's divorced. I think she had 6 marriages. She would get arrested for shoplifting, just kind of, you know, dealing with some mental trauma. I mean, who knows? Like, and then a book comes out about her sex life. It's all like just really invasive and not on her own terms. She goes to sue the publisher. It's unsuccessful. She's in litigation, lawsuit against studios.
Yeah, I bet the justification for that lawsuit being lost was like, well, you did ecstasy in
Exactly.
19,
And it's like, because you did this, it means that's okay,
Yeah.
right? Because you're that type of... It's like, no.
So dumb.
No. Someone else is making money off of my name in a way I don't like about it, and I wasn't consulted, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy, dude. So, you know, she did do some drugs, dude, hanging out with Dr. Feelgood, that guy Max Jacobson, you know.
Wow.
He was the guy who was working the shot cocktails of like amphetamines and hormones, and, you know, JFK and other, you know,
Yeah.
people of note would go see this guy. What's the song? I'm gonna Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, that's Motley Crue.
Yes, Motley Crue. Aaron, the fact that you got that from me doing that terrible impression is really impressive stuff.
Yeah.
That's absolutely beastly, dude. Fucking beastly, dude. And speaking of beastly, dude, we're going to get into some of the inventions. Here's a quote from Hedy herself. Inventions are easy for me to do. I don't have to work on ideas. They come naturally. That is a freaking gift, dude. That is impressive. So before we get into that, once again, for most of us, learning, especially a second language, high school or college, not exactly the high point in our academic careers. For me, definitely the lowest point. Spanish class, it was tough. A lot of memorization. Took it for 8 years, made zero progress. Wasn't feeling the passion. You know, the class would go for 45 minutes. My attention span was just, it wasn't there. Okay? And as an adult, it's tough, even more difficult to focus. You got life, you got stuff going on. But now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. So whether you're traveling around, you can do it on your phone, or you want to connect with someone in a deeper way, or family, or anything, or just in your free time, you gain some more knowledge. I'm fired up on that. Babbel teaches these bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. Dude, I chose Polish, dude. My freaking boy Tomek at the bagel truck on my street, dude, he's fired up, bro, when I'm hitting him with some dzień dobry, dude. When I'm saying proszę, you know, or witamy, you know, and I throw a little accent. I'm getting a little more comfortable with my accent. I'm a little shy, and dude, he's encouraging me. Also, Babbel, I can listen to it back, that perfect accent, that perfect pronunciation, the little quizzes. The website's laid out super easy. It's intuitive for me to just go from one lesson to another. Super simple. If I miss a day, they're only 15 minutes. I can do 30 in a day. That's fine. Take a little break, have a little snack, have a little fun, dude. I like doing it at my desk area. Just post it up, dude, and learning, cruising. It's super chill. And I like doing it. It makes me feel good, dude. And they got 14 different languages: Spanish, French, Italian, German, and more. So right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/dank. That's babbel.com/dank for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. All right, dude. Hedy Lamarr. Aaron. In between filming, a lot of Hollywood stars, we live over here in Tinseltown, might go to their trailer and, you know, get a massage or do a daily affirmation or maybe rehearse some more of their lines or maybe get absolutely shit-faced, depending on who that actor is.
Yeah.
Hedy Lamarr, at one point in her career, was dating, kind of seeing Howard Hughes. Remember me seeing the movie The Aviator with my boy Leo.
Yeah.
Leo DeCapres. And he is a smart-ass guy. Inventor, very neurotic, you know, later in his life, you know, sort of wanted, what did he have? Just obsessed, really OCD and some other...
Yeah.
He had some mental issues going on, but was a genius. And he himself is quoted as saying, Hedy Lamarr, you are a genius. In her trailer, they would get together and come up with inventions, bro. He knew what a brilliant mind she had, that he would send 2 sets and furnish her trailer with like workstations and tools and you know, writing apparatuses or whatever she needed to work on whatever was coming to her mind at that time. And it's freaking badass, dude. Howard Hughes was inventing planes, right? He was the aviator. He liked planes. He wanted to really getting into aerodynamics. Hedy Lamarr just goes, and this is the thing about a great idea. She goes, let's study nature. She goes, let's look at fucking fish, dude. These are sleek ass animals, dude. Oh, what flies? A bird. Duh. Obviously, we're putting wings on planes and creating propulsion and all that type of shit. She goes, oh no, your wings are too square here, dude. You got to freaking make those things a little more, whatever it is, that term for fucking angled, dude. Whatever that smart ass word for like aerodynamic, dude. She fucking would say shit like aerodynamic before that even was a thing. Talk about aerodynamics, dude. In between, you know, doing movie shoots. Imagine that, bro. Imagine that. So she's a beast. Also, her past, she listened to these conversations from her small-ass arms-dealing husband, and she knew a war was coming, and then she reads a newspaper article about a U-boat sinking, and this is like when the Germans, for the early part of the war, owned the Atlantic crossing, German U-boats. They were the sea wolves, and were just out there taking down merchant ships, you know, and also hitting passenger ships, a lot of times mistakenly or not, you know, sometimes they're just in the path. And she heard that 80 children were killed in a German U-boat incident. Hedy Lamarr goes, you know what, dude? I just met this music composer. This is how her brain works. Or how I can maybe imagine her brain works. I can't imagine how a brain that brilliant works. Meets a music composer and goes, that was pretty sick. Fucking meeting this guy who plays piano. My mother played piano. I can dabble a little bit. You know, music and notes create frequencies. And if you elongate frequencies, you can detect or jam incoming radio-controlled signals. And obviously they had radio at this time. So she uses a piano and uses these 88 different frequencies, 88 keys on a piano, right? And it creates this novel approach for how to make Allied torpedoes undetectable, because then you can broadcast, I guess, different frequencies if you elongate a frequency, like counter broadcasting, which is basically like laying the groundwork for like how Wi-Fi and broadband spectrum cable is used for today, based on her. And she was also, like I mentioned earlier, she got freaking screwed out of dough that she was owed, bro. She wanted to help these kids. She patents this idea. She fucking patents it and then gifts it to the United States Navy. And the United States Navy was like, this is amazing. Like, they didn't move forward with that technology at that time just because they were going sort of other directions and maybe would have needed, more commitment or whatever. To that, they didn't actually implement that new system in World War II, but in the Korean War and later on, like a decade later, fully used. And basically, to describe it more, in a better way, I had to copy this over a little bit because she creates like something called spread spectrum techniques. So that's what she's basically doing. And their methods by which a signal, either electrical, electromagnetic, or acoustic. So hers was started with the acoustic signal, the piano. That's where she got the idea. Generated with a particular bandwidth is deliberately spread in the frequency domain, resulting in a signal with a wider bandwidth. These techniques are used for a variety of reasons, including the establishment of secure communications, increasing resistance to natural interference, noise, jamming, and to prevent detection. So basically, it enables multi-access communications. So her idea was through torpedoes to then take out U-boats, but this groundwork, this foundation she leads, creates like wireless communication technology for smartphones, Wi-Fi. We don't have any of that without Hedy Lamarr and this freaking composer bro of hers, dude. Amazing. George Anthiel's the guy's name. So, at irregular intervals between transmissions and reception. So, they could prevent codes, secret messaging. Badass, dude.
Yeah.
Badass. Apparently was heavily used by the U.S. Navy during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Ooh, big one.
Yeah. So, like, while Hedy Lamarr...
So she, like, saved the world, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah. Like, honestly, yeah, exactly, dude. Like, it is unbelievable. While she was shoplifting in Florida, dealing with past traumas or whatever it was, or looking for a little bit of a rush, little did she know, just a couple nautical miles away, her technology was in full use. U.S. patent number 2,292,387, patented in August 1942. Used in the 60s. And used today by everyone. We're using it right now.
Yep.
This episode doesn't happen without Hedy Lamarr, dude. She once said, all creative people want to do the unexpected. Her inventions speak to this statement. During her lifetime, she came up with some fun other stuff. Ideas for a chair that revolved in and out of the shower, like for like ADA stuff. Love that. They say a better traffic light. I didn't really look up how, but traffic lights are pretty sick, I guess. A tablet that made drinks carbonated. Smart. Ooh. And a fluorescent dog collar, looking out for the animals, dude. Sonny's got a little fluorescent dog collar. I love that, dude. Posting up, dude. Freaking cute little bro, you know what I'm saying? Freaking chill ass little dude. So this documentary on Netflix really helped change the legacy of Hedy Lamarr, and so it's good. And now it's like, and then you have this, and the story becomes relevant, like I mentioned, this Harvey Weinstein's Me Too movement, and just imagining if Hedy Lamarr was given a voice, right? Mm-hmm. They, her beautiful face wasn't given the voice, and imagine if, the words that she were acting weren't her own. She was acting them, but imagine if she was, like, she went to the War Department with good ass ideas, and they're like, no, if you want to actually help us, just use your face. They literally said this: use your face to sell war bonds. That's going to be the best way you can do it. And that is a way she can do it, but also at the same time, dickheads, guess what? I've got some fucking ideas.
Yeah.
And guess what? She had follow through too, because she basically invented Wi-Fi. We thought Al Gore did, but Al Gore, he built upon a foundation. He perfected it. So that's why it's good. You don't want power just in the hands of a few people. It's got to be spread out a little bit,
Yeah, not to arms dealers.
Yeah, not to the arms dealers. You ever met a good arms dealer? There's that moment in college, though, where you watch that sick-ass movie with my boy Nick Cage, Lord of War. It's a turning point in everyone's life, you know, when you post up and watch a mind-bending movie with your bros like The Matrix or Donnie Darko or Lord of War, and at the end you go, fuck, dude. Whoa. You get all your bros look at each other and go, whoa, really? Damn. And then after that, you do proceed, you know, to go out and crush 2 Chipotle burritos and then 14 beers.
Yeah.
But your dome's different after that. You know? Your dome's different, and so is your gastrointestinal system. Both altering, body and mind altering events. So I was fired up to hear about this. Aaron, did I miss anything here? I mean, I know that you mentioned this and you were pretty, you know, boom, it shot right off.
No, I think that's it.
What was the movie that they shot later on? This is departing from Hedy Lamarr a little bit, but wasn't there a movie, also that movie Ecstasy? It's like you do see her nude, but in that sex scene, it's mainly shot like just the faces and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it's tastefully done, but obviously this is the 30s and this is Nazi Germany. I'm pretty sure they don't like they're not exactly into self-expression.
And she lived till 2000. That's pretty.
A long lifetime.
Yeah.
1914 to 2000. Wireless communication inventor, great actor. You know, would have been interesting to hear what she had to say nowadays.
It's funny. She got divorced in 65 and never married again. She had 6 times in 30 years. But then the last 35 years, she's like, nah, over it.
Yeah, she's like, look, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 6 times, I'm done. You know? That first marriage shouldn't really count, though.
Well, she married Germany's swing king of the 30s, Teddy Stouffer.
I like that. I want to be a swing king, dude. Swing dancing. Here's the thing, dude. If you're listening, dude, and you know, maybe you're in high school, college, whatever, you got a dance party coming up, you're a little shy to get on the dance floor, you don't want to exactly start freaking right away. You know, and freak dancing is dangerous. You pop wood and someone's backing it up into you, that could be an injury. You got to be careful. You got to Texas belt buckle it real quick and, you know, keep grooving the hips. And you got to make sure you don't have both heels planted, because then that's just being too pervy. You know, you got to be dancing still, you know, to the beat. You got to have rhythm. I think a fun intro to, especially if you want to ask a lady to dance, you know, the apple of your eye, I think a swing dance is a fun intro because it's kind of fun. You do get a little contact. You can do that move where you're holding both hands and you try to keep your hands held while like you both like kind of twist back, and it kind of always falls, doesn't work, but then maybe you kind of do get it to work a little bit. And you can do this sort of in and out move, like you can do like swing in close, swing back out, like with both hands connected. It's a fun, tasteful dance it's a good intro dance. So that's a nice little piece of advice right there. So thank you, Aaron. And a little bit of unsolicited advice right there, but it just fired me up. I remember sharing that. I busted that out at some of my middle school dances. It was always a good hit. And then before I knew it, Cisco Thong Song was coming on, and I went to Christian school, so the principal would come around and it would say, leave room for the Holy Spirit. And I would say, of course. It's all good, dude. Don't worry, dude. So, that's tight. Fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Hedy Lamarr, dude. Good ass name, dude. Good ass name. Smart lady, dude. Super freaking chill. One of the most prolific inventors of the 20th century. Okay? She was a woman in tech before that concept was even a concept. She was a woman in tech. Here's the thing, dude. Everyone in tech should have been like, oh, you're a German and this is like the 40s? Yeah. That's like what all the Russians and Americans were fighting over on the race to Berlin. It's like, we need their scientists. Like, I don't know, there was something in the water in Austria. They're like, why are the Germans and Austrians, by way, sort of the same ilk. Why are they so good at like the fucking engineering and tech?
I mean, you gotta be, I guess.
Is it because they have sweet tooths?
It could be that.
And if you solve an equation, and you get a nice treat. That's probably not it. That's the legacy now, I think, is recognizing a genius after the person is gone. Often happens with artists, but, Galileo, that guy got murked. Thoreau, Van Gogh, Nikola Tesla, So, absolutely beasting it. Wanted to give a big shout out to total genius, Hedy Lamarr, and what she was able to do and lay the groundwork for technologies that we are using all the time: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS. Yeah. So, when you think of those things, think of Hedy Lamarr, and then buy a copy of Ecstasy just to get back at her husband.
Yeah.
Just buy what the hell was a movie printed on back then, Aaron? Like, it just must have been theater rolls. Like, there wasn't home theaters. It was just like the fucking roll.
Yeah, it was big film
things, right? Yeah. That guy's just buying a ton of those, storing them in his house, which also can light up like a freaking Christmas tree.
Yeah, acetate.
Yeah.
It's completely flammable. Yeah, I mean, there couldn't have been that many prints of the movie. It's like, it's a Czech film. It's not worldwide at this point, but still, it's like, dude, it's out there.
It's like, dude, look, bro.
Can't take it from my eyeballs.
Dudes are going to crank it, okay? Yeah, we're sorry. It's going to happen, dude. You can't prevent everything, okay? So,
yeah.
You can't control everything, dude. So just let people enjoy the movie, bro. And also, it's one of those things, classic. I mean, arms dealer is a typical relationship red flag.
Yeah.
But also, classic, getting mad about her doing something before she even knew you existed in the world, and then you're trying to control that. Yeah, dude, that ain't working. Yeah. Glad she freaking cruised out of there on a sick-ass bike. I'm imagining it was like a BMX, even though it wasn't. She was freaking, maybe some pegs on there, dude. Cruising down, dude. Maybe ghost ride it a little bit before hopping on the train, dude. So catching some fat air. But she was good at catching air. She knew about aerodynamics and fish and birds and stuff. So how flight works. So freaking sick. All right, dude. Fired up on that, dude. Questions, comments, suggestions, StriderWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Aaron, you're a beast. Hedy Lamarr was a genius, beast, and great actress. Fired up on this ep, dude. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay stoked and late.